Hey Stitcher!
Hi! I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura, and welcome to the Pattern Queens episode number 62. Today is Sunday, April 4th. Happy Easter!
Happy Easter. Happy springtime.
Yes, it's James's first Easter. I hope the Easter Bunny visited.
Well, he did. And oh man, he's got some little baseball caps. He's got a little teeter that looks like a carrot. He's boy set. And then his grandmother, my mom, his nanny, got him a little musical set that came with a drum and a tambourine and maracas. So that boy is going to be a one-man band, one-man show. And then his great-grandmother got him a little toy zebra that has little teething things on the feet.
So, I'm surprised it's not a pig.
Oh yeah. My grandmother loves pigs, you guys. But no, oh my gosh, my grandma is the cutest person. She couldn't find a bag that was appropriate because she's the kind of person who buys a whole bunch of gift bags and then, just like saves them back. She didn't have anything appropriate for a little boy, she didn't think. So she just had like a white bag and she drew a picture of the zebra on that bag. My grandma's the cutest, guys.
That's going in the baby book, right?
For sure.
Yeah. And there are tips, like if things get too big to put in, take pictures of them. I have a mini printer that I would help you out with and get you itty bitty little pictures, 2x3, tuck in there. But I thought that was great because they were talking about your kids' artwork. You can't save everything. So take pictures of it when they get further along. So this is a whole tangent. So that brings me back to that this is a channel about cross stitch.
But you'd never believe it because it's also about friendship, rambles, and lots of shenanigans. And sometimes, talk about my kid's first Easter, scrapbooking tips, talks about my grandma's artistic abilities. You know what you're getting into with us. If you've been around here before, welcome back. And if it's your new first time here, this is it.
This is what you're in for.
This is what you're in for. It's mostly about friendship, but we cross stitch.
Yes. And we're on our Flosstube format this week. Next week, this is the first Sunday. Yes. So next week, we really will be here with a stitch with us, unless Keisha's got plans.
I don't think I have any plans. So the second and fourth Sundays, Sundays of March, we did not do Stitch with Us because I was out of the state on the second Sunday, and Laura was out of the state on the fourth Sunday. So didn't work for us.
And it's so funny because originally when we planned our trip, we would have been, like driving leisurely on Sunday. And I'd have been able to stitch with you once we got to the hotel. But I'll bring you up to date on all of that in a couple minutes. So yes, welcome to our video. We hope that you like what you see here. And we are nuts. And if we talk too slow for you, you can speed us up in the corner. We have a friend who listens to everybody on 2x speed.
But there are definitely times where you might not be able to understand us at 2x speed because we just really get going sometimes. Or at least I do.
Oh my goodness. So also since we were here last, I have new glasses. Oh, and they're blingy on the side.
Nice.
But then I want to show you. Look how pretty they are inside. Why do they do that and put that on the inside?
I don't know. It's just your little secret.
I would love that on the outside. They're a little different for me. They have the lenses that will darken when I go outside. So they are a little different looking. And also they have a frame on the bottom. And my last glasses did not. So I look funny to myself. So,
I think they look nice.
Thank you. It's those little things that you're like, wait a minute.
Right.
They're almost the same shape. And I mean, they're maybe a little wider, but
yeah. I have the same eyes. Same eyes I had before. It'd be weird if I didn't, wouldn't it?
It would be. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that's one of my new things. What's your best new thing in the last couple of weeks?
Well, I don't know if it's a best new thing or if it's a dangerous new thing, but James is mobile. So if you're new, I talk about my kid a lot. I'm sorry. New mom.
Oh no,
Um,
don't apologize. We love to hear the baby stories.
he's 8.5 months old now, and he's been like able to get like kind of up on his hands and like rock back and forth and just kind of launch himself. But now he can't quite. He still doesn't really know what to do with his arms, but he started like army crawling, and like he can get across the room, no problem. So got a kid on the move now. He's
Yeah.
hard to contain. He was already hard to contain, and now he is just ready for adventures.
We stopped off to take Keisha some goodies last night, and she brought James out to see us, and he saw Katie, and his whole face lit up, and Katie's heart was just all warm and overwhelmed. And then he looks at me and gives me his coy little smile, which was just cute. And he came in and sat on my lap in the car for a minute, which he finds really funny because my window is down and he can touch everything there. And I
Right.
have a little holder in my door handle area, and he reaches in, and I thought, I know what's there. There was a double packet of salt and pepper from our trip that I had kept thinking, if I need it somewhere else, then I'll have this. Well, it
Right.
was James's treasure.
Yes. Oh man, you would have thought that you gave him $100 bill. He was just like shaking that, and then Katie would touch it, and he'd be like, "Yes."
And he giggled. Yeah, it was so funny.
He loved it, and then he dropped it. So we had just the height of ecstasy and the lowness of just despair, all within 5 minutes.
It was pretty funny. So it's always funny to go see you for a minute when you bring him out, because he's like, wait a minute, I think I know you.
And then he'll pay
So,
attention to you, but if a car goes by, he's like, you lost my.
yep, that's it. So my like one of my best new things is that Katie and I went on a trip. I'm sure you guys have heard this. We went on a big trip for my spring break, and we decided we would keep well hydrated. So I
Yeah.
have this beautiful bottle. And
Uh-huh.
what I loved about it, I know it's huge and you're all going, oh my gosh, I would have to stop and go to the bathroom all the time. Well, that's kind of a mixed blessing, because you really should get out and move around periodically. So
Right.
we would fill these once a day at the hotel. And then like mine kept it cold, cold, cold. And I would try and drink this by the time we made it to the end of our day, if not to our next stop. So
Right.
I love this. That's
Nice.
mine. And Katie has a great big one too. This is like a 64-ounce thing.
Wow.
So would you like to share your stash, or do you want me to start with mine? Either way.
Ooh. I'll go ahead. I'll do my stash, and then you can go through your whole spiel because it sounds like you have a lot of adventures to tell.
I do. I'm not showing you all my stash. I'm going to share some fun with you.
Right. So, as Laura said, her and Katie came over yesterday, and they bought me all kinds of souvenirs, cross stitching souvenirs, which is great. So I'm going to start with one of the. I'm excited about all of it. But I got a piece of Stars Hollow linen from R&R. Like it's R&R and it's from R&R. Very exciting. 36 count. I don't know what I'm going to put on this, but I'm very excited about it. And it came rolled up, tied with this, so it looked
Oh,
like a
they're
little scroll.
so cute.
Yeah, it looked like a little scroll, and I was just thrilled. And then it's never a Katie and Laura special cross stitch delivery to me unless I get a Mill Hill kit. It's just the thing. And that's great because I love Mill Hill kits. Look at this, guys. This is Santa Cruz. Look at his little shirt. And like I have a tropical Santa, so I'm excited to have this companion, but he is so cute. I love him. Look at his little sandals.
He's so funny.
I love him. I'm going to have the best time. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to start him very, very soon because I love him. And then I've never seen this set before. This is Cindy Kane, and it's the Mouse trilogy from Mill Hill. Look at how cute that is. So I'm very excited about this, but I'm going to have to track down the rest of them because look at this one with the cheese.
Oh my gosh.
His name is Mac Cheese, and this one's cute too, but I need this guy.
So we have a mission. Is that what you're telling me?
I need the other. Don't start a trilogy unless you're going to finish it. And then, you know how sometimes your friends double buy things and they give the extra to you? That happens to me a lot. So I've got antique birds and cages from Shakespeare Peddler. Sorry, I didn't take them out of the plastic, but
I didn't take any of mine out either, so.
I'm really excited about this. I love this one. And I've never actually stitched anything from Shakespeare's Peddler, so I'm pretty excited to do this. I don't know what colors I'm going to use or anything, but I'm excited about it.
That's a series also.
Yeah, because it's the antique keys, and I think it's all on the back
Locks
here.
and keys and
teacups and scissors, it looks like.
And a newer one this year.
Oh, really?
Rabbits? Is the new one rabbits? I got it. I should know what it is. Doggone it.
Well, either way, excited about it. Then, look at this little guy. This is Merry Christmas from Bent Creek, and it's a clip art, so you put it on a clipboard.
Athena loved his scrawny little legs.
They are. How are they holding up that coat is what I want to know. And it came with the perforated paper, which you guys know I'm all about, and then the little charms that go on it. And Laura's like, you could put magnets on those and have needle minders. I'm like, you know what? I could.
And even if you put them on the piece like they show, they would still be. I mean, I think that would be easier to have them on magnets.
Yeah, if you got like a metal clipboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could put other things on the clipboard. So very excited about that. But wait, there's more. I got this, which is Nice to Meet You from the Scarlet House. Look at that little sheep with a little bird riding it. I'm very excited.
Was okay. So when we were at R&R, which is Dying to Stitch, they had a bunch of exclusive kits that Katie got really good about saying, hey, do you have anything exclusive to your shop? And so they let us look through the kits, the club kits they had left over. Is yours a Quaint Country Ladies, or does it say?
It doesn't say. I guess I don't. Prim Society.
Prim Society. There you go. I couldn't think.
So it's got the, oh, you can see it better here. The fabric for it, and the floss, and the finishing fabric, and some trim.
It's the whole thing. I love that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very excited because that means I'm not going to start it immediately. I've told myself I'm not going to start it immediately. Maybe I'll start it in May for Mania. I can wait. And then last, but certainly not least, this is Quaker Seasons of Friendship from Crown and Thistle, which is R&R's design arm. Look at this. It's just chock full of stuff. Look at this lobster.
The lobster's so fun. And I always look for the bunny, and I love the bunnies on it. So, and it is seasons. So we'll really have to think about how we're doing it. I've got to hook Keisha up with the hashtags on Instagram, because there are a couple of them and you can see all the beautiful colors people have used.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to stitch this, but I'm so excited about it because it looks like it's winter, spring, summer, fall.
Oh, summer is with the lobster over here.
Yeah. And then I'm guessing this is fall because of the squirrels with the acorns. But anyway, I'm very, very excited about this. I joked whenever Laura asked if this was what I needed that I probably would start it when James was in kindergarten, but I don't know. I really like this. Of
I don't
course, I
even
have
think you said kindergarten, you said elementary school. So that gives
elementary
you
school.
additional
That's
years.
right. I have a whole 6 years while he's in elementary school.
So the
So,
funny story about this is that Pat designed this. Anne says Pat just whipped this out. She designed this, and they put it out, and they, had sent it out to all the shops and things, and it was, fine. It eventually they retired it, and then Jan Hicks, you can go back and watch Jan Hicks Creates on Flosstube. At one point, she shows this. And immediately what happened is that people started looking for it, and they called the shop, and Anne sold every copy they had in the shop. So she told us that periodically she will have to go to the printer and say, oh, give me another 150 of those. And the first time she did it, she came back and she listed it, and they were all gone in just a couple of days.
wow.
So if you guys have been seeing, this morning I've been uploading my tour videos, and if you listen carefully, you can hear Anne say something to the effect of, if she shows that pattern and I get a whole bunch of phone calls, I am gonna kill her. Not really, it's just
Right.
funny that we all get fixated on something, but they do not, this is not available anywhere except at Dying to Stitch. So you would have to contact them to be able to get it.
Right. I think it's interesting how things definitely cycle.
Yes.
One person stitching it and they're like, oh well, I need to stitch it. It's the trap of Flosstube. If you watch Flosstube, you're like,
Yes.
I really want to work on that. And then it just kind of balloons out, and then everyone starts working on it. And I think that's kind of the cool thing about this community in general is we're just like, that's great. We're all going to stitch it. We're all going to start it and then finish it eventually. And then someone new will see it, a couple years down the road whenever you're working on it again and be like, I need that. It's just never ending cycle.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, it's just funny. The things that we saw. So Katie and I tried really hard to, I'm sorry, I'm looking somebody up real quick so I can talk intelligently.
Right. But anyway, those were all of the gifts, and I am so excited. They're perfect for me, gifts. They're perfect. I got a lady with a sheep. I got a couple of mill hills, one of which I had never seen before and didn't know was a thing. Perfect.
Had
And
you
so
ever
colorful.
seen that clipboard series?
No, I hadn't seen that either.
That's why I picked that one up.
Yeah.
Because I thought, well, that's similar, but it's different enough.
Right. Yeah. I'd never seen it before. And I mean, you guys know I'm a sucker for perforated paper anyway, so I'm gonna love doing that. So
Okay, so I will start off here, and like I said, I'm not going to show you everything, and I'll talk a little about the shops as we go. So the first shop we left on Friday, I got my second COVID shot. There was a huge difference. The first shot, they gave me my shot right in the muscle. The second shot, I got about an inch above that, and really, I didn't get sore. I mean, I could touch it and sit there for a minute and finally go, yeah, maybe it's a little warm. And it was maybe tender to the touch, but not much. I was so exhausted, but who knows if that's the number of hours we drove on that day or if it was the shot. And in the car, because we're limited, I'm doing the chicken dance. And every time we're out somewhere, I am swinging my arm wildly because that's
yeah.
what you're supposed to do, right?
Right.
And the other thing, the nurse who gave my shot told me that you should only take acetaminophen. Don't take ibuprofen because it will shut down what the vaccination is trying to do. So acetaminophen. So I did eventually take some, but you know, I really didn't have any problems with this. Um, I do know that the first hotel was horrific, and we kind of mentioned that because we were so groggy when we got to this shop. And one of the ladies that we were talking to um, told the shop owner, and Barbara, came and asked us about it because it was by the convention center. So she is going to have it whipped into shape by the time everyone goes to StitchCon, because it
Nice.
was, but it didn't affect me because I was so exhausted. I went in the room and I'm like, where are my pajamas? I didn't even find my sleep mask, which I can't sleep without. I just passed out.
Oh.
Katie was in the shower. I think I was asleep before she got out of the shower. Oh, but we did go to Keepsakes. It was a lovely shop. It is really tight because they have packed everything in it, and that was fabulous. And we really enjoyed getting to go and visit the shop and see all the things. There are tubs and tubs and tubs and tubs of fabric. There was a whole group of ladies who showed up that morning to stitch,
Mhm.
and so in my video, you hear all of their chatter, and it's like the nicest sound to hear people sitting together, stitching and chatting.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've missed that so much.
Right. Right.
And it made me wish that we could get back with our group before very long, too. So, gonna have to
I
check out some things and see what we can do.
Right, right. Yeah, especially since you're fully vaccinated now, and then I have my second vaccine on Thursday.
Mhm.
So
And we have two
maybe.
weeks after that, and then we are truly fully vaccinated. So I have one more week to go.
Right.
But at that shop, we met Lynn and we met Candy, who came out and took photos with us. And that was
Yes.
a lot of fun. And we took a picture with Barbara by the sign. You have to go out by the sign. I mean, they were all telling us that you have to take a picture by the sign. And I'm like, okay, if you think we have to take a picture, I think they're all on Katie's phone. So I don't really think I do have one with Barbara, but I don't have the one with Lynn and Candy. And if you look at the Black Needle Society on Instagram, all of the photos are there. And you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, my nails, I had painted them for the trip, but I have not done anything to them since I got home, and they are a mess. So you're going to see them when I show you things, but don't judge, okay?
That's okay.
Um, So one thing that I found there is something that I had been looking for, and it's this old glory
Oh,
angel from Lottie Da.
yeah, that's right up your alley.
And I'll tell you more during plans about that one. So I
All
loved
right.
that one. And then after that, we drove from Sharonville, Ohio to Ocean City, Maryland. So that was like a 10 or 11-hour drive. And again, we got in really, really, really late. And we slept so well that night because we were just exhausted. And we actually went to Salty Yarns on the boardwalk in Ocean City, Maryland. And
Fun.
it is like on one side, it's on the ocean side. My video from that day, I turn around and show you that you can see part of the beach, you can see the boardwalk, you can see part of the beach, but you can't see the ocean because there's so much fog. And it was just funny. You know, when we went in first thing in the morning, yeah, you couldn't see it. The shop is fabulous. We loved it so much. And it just had everything you can imagine. That's where your funny little scrawny legged Santa came from. And Katie got a crab and I got a crab.
Oh, those are fun.
So we are both Cancers. We're July birthday. It's from Samplers Revisited. And this one is the Bargello Crab. However, you do not do Bargello stitch. It's all
Oh,
done with cross stitches.
Interesting.
And I bought all the floss for it. So I'm kind of excited about that. And that's just one thing I bought there. I bought tons of things that were on this trip that were like ocean related. I think I just saw one, if I can get hold of it kind of quickly here. I have been fascinated by is it on the other side? Come on, where did I put it? There, maybe. I have been fascinated by the Bay needle art, and I bought 2 charts, but this one is Stitch an Inch Fall. And so it'll be that whole scene. It's all in these little 1-inch blocks.
Oh, that's really cool.
So
I
I
like
thought
that.
yeah. And I mean, I have another one in here from them that I really liked, but I thought that was interesting and unique. And I'll get to try, you know, kind of a long sampler from them without doing the great big. I really want the great big one, the Sampler Cove. It's just a big commitment, and you know I have enough stuff. So that was a lovely, lovely shop, and they're open at least now. And I don't know if this is how it will be through the season or if they'll be open every day, but they're open like Thursday through Tuesday, or they're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That wouldn't work. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Maybe they're open Friday through Monday, but they're open over the weekend. So we were able to go to a shop on Sunday.
That's nice.
Yeah. So last week at this time, we were still in the Salty Yarns. And while we were there, the other thing I wanted to show from there, see, I lost my mind.
Travel will do that to you.
Oh, yeah. Katie again asked about exclusive kits. And this is actually where it started, because we looked in this case right inside and we're both like, oh, that is so awesome. Well, Katie said, well, who do you think that's by? And I said, oh, that's hands-on design. How do you know, Mom? Because I know that's hands-on design. And so we got the kit. A fishtail has nothing on a salty yarn. And if you guys don't know, those are both names for stories. A fishtail is a story about how long your fish was that you caught. And a salty yarn is just a long made up story. So you get, with this thing, you get everything that's here. So you get this cute little drawer. You do have to paint it. And that's like the only work you have to do to it. But then you get all of the things to make this, like all of the fabric, all of the floss, all of the finishing things. This was a class. And then this big piece is the box lid.
That's amazing.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And at that one also, I have to look at all my fun little things here. I got an angelfish needle minder, and it may be upside down, but you know, in fact, I'm sure it is. There we go.
Oh, I didn't show off my needle minder.
Oh, what you got?
Sorry, guys. Pause. It stuck to the floss ring for one of my projects. I also got this needle minder from Accoutrement Designs, which this is perfect.
Such a Keisha thing, right?
It is a Keisha thing. And I was thinking, because here's my my Stitch With Us project. I was like, oh, I could use that needle minder on it. I could.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, guys. I got so much stash from them that I missed that one.
That's okay. Now you have helped me pull up the thing that I'm like really excited about. So on Monday, I mean, you never get to go to shops on Sunday or Monday.
Right.
On Monday, I'm not even going to try and name the city. We went to New Jersey. Oh, and on So we actually drove there on Sunday night, and we drove in horrible rain. We found a ramen place that made gluten-free, and I had yummy, yummy ramen. Mm.
Amazing.
So if any of you are out that way, it was Rai Ramen, and it's on 18. That's all I know. It
Hard to
was
find gluten-free
so
noodles.
good.
Yeah.
But Needleworkers Delight, in case you don't know, like Katie didn't realize, that's the home of Silkweaver Fabric.
Mhm.
And they didn't have a ton of their fabric in the shop because they are filling online orders. But
Right.
walking around doing my tour, I saw this.
Oh, yes.
So actually, you can't see it, but the whole thing, but this is how it's designed
Okay.
in those colors. But I loved the purple version.
Well, of course.
So they are ordering the chart for me. They are dyeing the fabric for me, and I will get to do all the beautiful things.
Amazing.
And at that shop, we got to meet a couple of ladies who had heard that we were coming, Heidi, and I'm sorry, her friend came with her, and I cannot remember her friend's name. But also we got to meet Amy Sprinklestein Stitches.
Nice.
And Amy had said if we didn't show up, she was going to unfriend us, unfollow us, and stamp her feet. So
Oh,
thank goodness
oof.
she didn't have to do any of those things.
I'm so glad she didn't have to make good on her stamp her feet promise.
But we did, I mean, we enjoyed the shop. They told us about another little shop that they thought we could hit, so we ducked out kind of quick, took off. The shop was actually closed, so we missed it, but it landed us right by the ferry. So to cross into Virginia Beach, we went to we crossed by ferry,
Oh,
and that
fun.
was really fun. I think I have videos, but I think I can kind of just show you. It's already taking off there, no sound. So look at
Oh,
all the
wow.
birds.
Wow, super fun.
And we had an hour to wait before we got to get on the ferry. So Katie and I unloaded the truck and repacked it and got everything
Mm.
just how we wanted it for the rest of the trip, which, you know, you
Mhm.
always love to do that.
Right.
We crossed over there into Virginia Beach. Oh, we also went over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge and Tunnel at about 11:30 at night. And so part of the time you're up on top of the bridge, and part of the time you are in an underwater tunnel.
Oh, whoa.
And the scary thing for us with this, I mean, we were fine, right?
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to do this one quick. At the end, what we realized is that I think you'll see it here. Look how close that truck
Oh,
was to the ceiling. Did you see that? Oh,
yes.
we were dying.
Uh-huh.
That's how close they, I mean, it looks like they're this close to the
Right.
top, and you're like,
Right.
so that was kind of funny, but scary. But Virginia Beach, we got to our hotel, we checked in, it was late, but we stayed right on the beach.
Oh,
And
nice.
so we opened the balcony door and we could hear the water coming in. It was fabulous. And then this was down the beach just a little bit from us. So Poseidon was there.
So you were well protected.
Yes. Isn't that
It
gorgeous? Look at the
is.
sky and the whole thing.
Yes.
Um, and we woke up to that. That was the best morning wake up of the whole trip. You're hearing all of that. It just it was fabulous. And we took off, and that's the day that we went to Dying to Stitch in Virginia Beach. And I showed you at the same time Keisha did the Quaker Seasons of Friendship. I couldn't get there. I also bought, I'm trying to look. I also bought some kits. that they let us dig through. Well, I got a couple of these really cute Pineberry Lane quaint country ladies. This one is Noelle. And again, these come with all the stuff. So that was fun. But also, Keisha, you might remember this one. A couple years ago when Michelle did No New Starts, I was watching her whip parade and saw her pull up this piece, and she was so disappointed because she hadn't started it. And I'm like, send it to me, I'll start it. So I had started it at our Thursday night chat group, and everybody was like, I want to do it. So we passed it around and everybody put in a few stitches. Well, now I have my own.
Oh, fun. Yeah, I stitched on that door.
Yeah, so it was fun because I think we did like the steps and everything. And again, I was trying to just move the paper in here. It's another one with all of the stuff in here. So that was really fun. But the fun part about that one is that we got to meet several people. So we met Tara Maestas and I always get myself at this. Tara Maestas and Amanda Mitchell outside the shop. Then we also met Sue Gonzalez, who was there, and my giveaway winner from our giveaway last year. I got to meet Doreen in person. It was so awesome. And she was inside. I got to sit down and chat with her for a while. And then we did, when she left, I'm like, oh, I didn't take a picture. So I ran out, and this is the picture I have of Doreen. But I got it.
Better late than never.
Yes. And it was so fun to get in chat with her. Then we shopped. We were listening to all of the fun stuff in the shop, and we got to sit down and chat with Anne. Pat was dyeing that day, dyeing fabric. So Anne was in the shop, and also Robin was there. Robin does not sit still. She is up and moving. Anne told her, come sit down, because they had had kind of a rush around the time that we first went in. There were people in and out and in and out. And she just wanted Robin to come sit down. Yeah, Robin sat for about 2 minutes and then she's up. So I can see there must be a cat playing with my curtain over here. Oh, yeah. Then, and that shop was so amazing. It was really my style. There were a lot of things that I was happy with. I got this in the clearance bin. Threadwork Primitives. Does it say it up there? A Bee's Gathering. Love that.
Yes.
So many fun things. Then the next day, which would be Wednesday, we were at the Stitch and Frame shop in Rock Hill, South Carolina. And this is one, I'm going to show you this. This is from last year from Rosewood Manor, Reindeer Dreams. And it says this is an anonymous saying that she read and had to create a fun sampler using it.
Yes. Oh, and reindeer. So perfect for you.
And I found from Seraphim Fabrics Arctic Glacier.
Ooh.
This is just part of it, but I think, yeah, that's showing pretty well. Yeah. So I think this is going to be really gorgeous.
Yes.
I will tweak my colors a little and I will make that work, but I was like, yes, please.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a silver sky.
Yeah, it doesn't use very many colors. I really, really like that one. I'm sorry, I just got a message I'm going to answer real quick. I have to type 3 letters. There we go. Done with that. Sorry, back to you guys. And that shop, the Stitch and Frame shop in Rock Hill, South Carolina, it is probably one of the smaller shops we went into, but they have utilized every bit of their space. And it was so fun to get to look through, and things are put in there logically so you can really shop and enjoy it.
Nice.
Then from there we had the scary driving day, I think, because we were in a horrible storm on our way to Conway, Arkansas. We stayed overnight in West Memphis, Arkansas, which is just past Memphis, Tennessee. Got there late. Well, we got there 10 o'clock ish. And that one, we got up the next day, still had a couple hour drive, and got some really fun things at that shop. But my pick of the day for that one, Katie got me this. She got me the Perpetual Calendar from Sam Sarah.
Oh, fun.
And they had this frame. So she bought me the frame, and I only got one pattern, and I got the perforated paper. So I have to get the tags, but I only got the first pattern January because Katie said I have to prove I'm going to do them, and then she'll buy the rest for me.
Oh my goodness. I've never seen that. That seems like a me thing too. I'm going to have to be on the lookout for that.
Well, they have all of them. Look at the penguin.
I love it.
And it is so, I mean, it's just cute.
Yes.
So I was really excited that I got that.
Well,
Go ahead.
The bad thing about doing this with you right now is my wish list is growing.
Oh my gosh, your wish list will just be off the charts. But then on that day, Conway, Arkansas is like 3 hours from Cecilia's Samplers in Branson.
And that's a good shop.
And we had to go. And I can't remember what all I got from there, because we consider that like our LNS now. I got fabric there for sure. But one other fun thing I got along the trip was this from Carriage House Sampling.
Fun.
Is that adorable?
It is so good.
Oh, and I was trying to see if there was anything else like right down here. I bought some of the weirdest things. Oh, here's the other By the Bay that I bought.
Oh, so pretty.
I saw this. I've been wanting it, so I thought I'm buying it.
Oh yeah.
And then we came home on Thursday night. And on Friday we stayed home and vegged and, tried to recoup. Okay, so then we got in the car yesterday with Athena. We drove to Ralston, North Carolina, and we met Carla, Rolodex Stitches, and her mother. And we had such a good time there with her. And I got one little bunny chart, because you have to get a bunny chart.
Oh, you do? For sure.
From Scattered Seed. And she had it done up so cute. It looked like this.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to stitch mine small enough to finish it that cute, because I loved it. And I opened up a piece of chocolate. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, nice.
So in case you didn't see it, it says, "Be with people who make you laugh." We spent the whole day laughing with Carla and her mom. It was her mom, Velvet. We just had such a fun time with them, went to lunch, chatted, had a great time. Just, we were doing fun things. So that's the end of my stash and my travel.
Oh, what a fun story. What a cool trip.
I lied. I have more stash. About 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes in you for that?
I guess I got 5 minutes, but not 6.
Okay. So I think I found this. I can't remember. I won't remember which shop I found things in, but we saw Lady Dots Creates, and I got this cool floss jewelry. So I have a dragonfly and all the cute little things on it. At Dying to Stitch, I got from a sampling of memories, Dying to Stitch,
Nice.
and Liberty,
Perfect.
because I like my patriotic stuff. I also got from Summer House Stitchworks, Ladies Garden Journal.
Nice.
I've kind of stopped on needle minders because I have a lot. So this is like my new obsession, because you can have these on all your projects. And from the Stitch and Frame, I found this cute cat from My Big Toe Designs on the moon.
Fun.
And look at the cat there.
So cute.
So those are my cute little things. Then something that I think will interest you, Keisha.
Okay.
At Dying to Stitch, they had these up by the counter in a little basket. Weeks Dye Works is doing floss like this. And it's
Whoa.
45 yards, 2-ply, 2-strand.
Oh, that's nice.
So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I really want to try something. Well, they had red, white, and blue, and I got a black and a brown to go in there too. So I'm going to try that out and see what I think.
Yeah, how convenient to just like cut off a piece and not have to do it and everything.
Yeah. So, and then I got one more thing. I got a very pretty thank you card. Whoops. With the business card from Judy. I'm going to cover this part. From Judy, because that's her address. And it's Judy's Project Bags and More on Facebook. And wait for it. What color do you think my bag is?
Well, purple if you go by what I expect. But who knows with you, really? Oh, wow.
With this pretty purple inside. And look, I always like to show you my buttons.
Oh, that's a pretty button.
And it's hearts in a circle to make the flower.
So pretty. Judy is so good at putting those things together.
Yeah. So that really is it now. Okay. Oh.
A trick. It was a trick.
It was a trick. I lie. Gingers.
Oh, wow.
Katie gave me crap about that. They're Ginger Evelyns. They came from Needleworkers Delight. So.
Hey, you need a pretty springy set of scissors.
Like I don't have any other scissors, so.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
All of the accessories and the tools is part of the hobby. Collecting hobby as much as it is a stitching hobby.
Okay, so that's the end of stash, and that brings us to whips.
So guys,
it's a long one today, right?
Yeah. Well, but this part's going to be short for me anyway. So I haven't really had a lot of chance to stitch much, which I think is funny because some of you were very nice on our last video and was like, I am amazed by how much stitching Keisha gets done, which was maybe a curse on me. Because I told Laura, I was like, I was lucky if I got 100 stitches in a day. That was on a good day. And it's just,
it's just what happens, right?
Yeah. Well, and I'd rather play with my kid than stitch. And sometimes he stays up later than I'd like. And sometimes as soon as he goes to bed, I'm like, I'm also going to go to bed.
Yes.
But I did work on a couple of things. I worked on the model for Frogwart's Year 2. And so that's coming along pretty well, I think. But I can't show you that, obviously. I've been working on Cozy Feet from Mill Hill, and this is my 25/7 piece that I've been working on. So around 25 stitches a day. And oh man, guys, we are getting close to the end on this guy.
Look at the garland.
So I put in, I think I had some of the garland in the last time I showed you, but not the other beads. So I've got a bunch of red beads in the top there, the red beads across the socks, and then some white beads. So
Wow.
it is moving right along.
Is it a charm that's going to go in the other spot in the garland?
Yes, so let's see. I have that right here. I can show you. So in the garland, it gets this little.
Oh,
So yeah, that'll pop right up there.
that'll be cute.
Yes, I'm very excited. It's moving along so well, and I don't know that I'm going to be working on it for much longer. Like I'm getting pretty close to the end on that, especially doing 25 stitches a day. So I'm trying to decide if maybe that little Santa Cruz might be my next, because I love him, but I don't know. We'll see. And then the only other thing that I worked on that I can show you is I worked a little bit on Death by Cross Stitch from Long Dog Sampler. I did not get in my 1,000 stitches last month, so I'm going to try for 2,000 stitches this month. Will it happen? Probably not.
Wait,
Now,
2,000 or enough to make 2,000?
enough to make 2,000.
Okay.
So it's not very exciting. But as you all know, as stitchers, sometimes you have to work on the not exciting part of a piece. So this is what I have. Also, this needle binder is from Flying Frog Stitchery. Our friend Laura, she's on Etsy.
We can really see how pretty your color looks though, because you have more in.
Yeah. So this is Agave linen from Zweigart, and it's 36 count. And I am stitching using DMC 3809, just one strand there over two.
Cool.
So it's going. I'm trying to work my way down to the more interesting part. But you know what? Borders have to be done. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on them. It's fine. So that is my big and exciting progress. Exciting progress on one, border progress on another.
Okay, so every day I worked on my 25/7. Some days it was the only thing that I worked on. And so there are days where I had 25 stitches for the day because I did not adhere to my 25 minutes, but I did make sure I got in at least 25 stitches. But look.
Wow. So you're over halfway now.
Yes. If I will, when I do these two little blocks, the K and the L, I will be done with 2 out of the 3 pages, and I will only have the top page left to do.
Wow.
And this piece was stitched on in 19 states during the last week. So
that's pretty cool.
It was a great trip. Okay, so that's that one. I'm going to try and be quick for you because I know I was long on everything else. And then I also, oh, and I got to get this one in before Jeff comes in. So I'm working on this for my husband.
Oh, yeah.
And
I don't know why I'm whispering.
And they're coming through the door, so you're probably going to hear them. Bree already came through. I'm this far.
Oh, wow. That's looking so good.
So this one I could do a little bit of work on in the car. It wasn't too bad, you know. And then on the 25th, I pulled out my Quaker Christmas from ByGone Stitches.
So pretty.
Copyright 2007. I don't think I bought it then, but close. Oh, and look, this is in a Judy bag.
Yes. Only fitting since you're doing it with Judy.
And the others were in Love You More sleeves. Actually, this is not a Love You More sleeve. This is a me learning to make sleeves. Pete the cat. But my Quaker Christmas, I'm feeling really good about it. I have been motivated when I'm stitching on it. My friend Judy is stitching on this with me, which is another reason to have it in a Judy bag. But there it is.
So good. I like your Herald Angel in a different color.
Thank you. They have little pieces. So the the letters are all red, and
Uh-huh.
then there are little things throughout that are in the gold.
Mm-hmm.
I've been just kind of filling in this section. I know I did the rest of this one, and I started this motif, but then moved down and just filled in some more stuff down here so that I
Mm-hmm.
can kind of keep it all moving at once.
Right.
It's I because I am a hoop stitcher now. I stitched on what fit in the hoop.
Yep.
That's
Sometimes
how
that's
you
the way
do
it
this.
goes.
That's going to go by. You're going to see him. And then
Oh,
I
well.
also, on the trip, worked on my long dog. Yeah, that's the cover page. There we go. Mine is Life After Death.
Mm-hmm.
And I am doing mine on 40 count Antique Hydrangea. It's said from R&R. I mean, it feels like their fabric. And this, oh, we're going to hear the ice machine. This is what mine looks like right now.
Ah, it looks looking so good.
Now I've done something up in here
Mm-hmm.
to make it off, but I think that I can fudge it with what's going on because this side, the inside is correct.
Oh, okay.
I'm not quite sure what happened. Maybe I'll
Could be a
find it. I don't know. I'll make it work.
personalization.
There you go. It just, I have to be able to get everything else in. So probably what I'll do is move over and start working up so that I can figure out kind of where it is and see if I need to do anything to correct it.
Right.
But otherwise, I think it's going to look fine.
Yeah.
So, oh, that bag was fuzzy. I think a cat laid on that bag.
Probably.
Then in a bag, a Garon toten bag, I have my Friday night project, which is from Cross Stitch for the Soul by Emma Congdon. And there is a new book coming out and it looks awesome. And I'm just trying to go through this. I like everything in this book. I'm skipping one because I already have another version of it started, but this is my piece.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still in the hoop because I had to go back and correct something. But that's what it looks like right now.
Wow.
I only have these two little parts at the top left to do.
Wow. You're so close. Only a couple more Fridays.
I know. Well, and I am allowing myself to get this stuff back in that I had in.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll even be a little closer. And I'll show you one more whip just for fun. While we were at Reflections yesterday, I started my version of the Frogworts model.
Mm-hmm.
I'll really show you the fabric because it's beautiful. It's Harvest Blessing Subtle by Seraphim Fabrics. Seraphim, yeah, I think that's right.
Such a
And
pretty
that's my start.
fabric. Lovely. I have a little bit more in on my model, so I'm just going to show you the fabric.
Yeah, Keisha's is on the big piece that everything, she's going to have all 7 years of it on there.
Yes. But I can't show you because what I stitched is a little more distinct.
It would show too much, right?
A little bit.
Okay, so that took us through whips. How about plans, Keisha?
All right. Well, plans. So I crashed and burned on WhipGo this past month because I didn't really work on anything in March, I feel like, which is fine. They're year goals. And if I don't do them, I don't do them. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring in the pieces that were called for WhipGo, but my two that were called, maybe I have the cover page for it. I'm not sure. One of the ones that was called was to put 1,000 stitches in on Cheeky Escape, which is my Haid that I'm doing for James. And the artwork is by Lucy Pitaway.
These are the April goals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm already 1,000 stitches behind on that. So
I understand
then,
that.
yeah. And then and again, I'm sorry I didn't bring it in here. But my other goal is to do the cross stitches on Mama McBruin and Luke, which is from Stony Creek. It's one that I'm doing for my mom. And I have most of this done. I think if I remember right, I have a little bit left to do in the skirt and then the paws on the bottom. So I still have some stitching to do. Another one of my Whip Go goals is to do the back stitching because there's a lot of back stitching in that piece. So hopefully I get to it. I might not get to it. I have a model deadline. So I'll probably mostly be working on the Frogwarts model, but I will also be working on Cozy Feet, doing my 25 stitches a day on that. So, and maybe it'll be finished by the next time we do one of these, or maybe it won't. I'm not really sure. I've kind of left how many stitches are left in it a mystery. So, and I'm trying to decide, and maybe, you can let me know in the comments. Should I start that Santa Cruz, which I really want that Santa Cruz, or should I work on a mill hill that I've already started like a responsible person? So let me know.
How far are you on your Stitch With Us? How much longer are you going to be on it?
I'd say, it's probably going to be a couple months of Stitch With Us.
Okay, so if you decide that you're a responsible person, then you can always start it for that.
That's true, I could. And then you guys would get to watch me concentrate really hard when I got to the bead part.
That might be a bit intense. Huh.
I'll probably start Santa Cruz, but if you think I should be responsible, let me know. And if enough of you say I should be responsible, I'll be responsible.
No. So since you talked Whip Go, my Whip Go, yes, I am woefully behind on it. And I'm kind of like you. I'm okay with that. I've been listening to all of these people say, I'm putting in this many stitches. And I'm like, well, I could have done that in my sleep because those goals are shorter for me. And I understand that they're stretch goals for other people, but it does make me look at my board and go, can I just rework my goals now?
Right. Well, some of the goals I set I thought were realistic. And then as I get into it, I'm like, oh no, there are more stitches in that piece than I thought there were.
Yes.
Or like in your case, a lot of yours are page finishes, and you've just found that a lot of the pages are more intense than you thought they were.
Oh, yes. And like I put myself down to do a complete month twice or three times on our Hawk Run Hollow.
Right. Which is intense.
Which is like close to 9,000 stitches.
Right. Right.
So,
that's a lot.
But the numbers that got called, I already have an April finish.
Nice.
Because Baby It's Cold Outside got called.
Perfect. Ahead of the game.
Only for April, the only month I'm ahead for. Also, my Christmas list got called, which is from Silver Creek Samplers. Flowers of Rose Hall from Rosewood Manor, which was my birthday start last year. And I'm expecting myself to get a page finish on that. And the Black Pearl also got called, which had previously been called. So now it is set for a finish.
Yeah.
If I would pull it and make it my focus, I could get it done. I don't have that much more to go on it. I have, what's it called? Coming to America was one that got called. And really, I have finished enough stitches to call it the page finish. But right where the page break goes, I think I showed this, there's like this much extra across. And so
Mhm.
I've been filling that in too, and I'm not quite done with the whole thing.
Right.
So I'm sure I will be able to get that finished. I just need to pull it out. Famous last words. I just need to pull it out and stitch. So that's my Whipco stuff. And I will also be working on my 25/7 and the Frogworts model. And I'm excited about that because that's why we stopped by Cecilia's, because we
Mhm.
got a mailing notice that the fabric was being shipped that day. And I called quickly and said, hey, we're close by. Can we pick it up? So we picked it up. Otherwise, we probably would have been waiting for it until tomorrow or Tuesday.
Right. Right.
So, and then the other thing that I wanted to talk real quickly with you about is Mania.
Mania. Well, um, thanks to some lovely friends, I do have a couple of things kitted up. I'm not sure. I thought so last year we kind of coordinated, like we did things that had something in common, and we didn't do like a full 15 starts, did we? I'm trying to
No.
remember. Well,
Well,
15.
yes,
Oh, we did 15 projects,
I
but I didn't.
did. I
Mhm.
started because I started a bunch of things on my device. And you
Right.
coordinated some new starts and some whips.
That's right. That's what we did.
Yes.
That would
So
be
you want me to tell you what I'm thinking I'm doing this year?
Yes, sure. And then I'm just gonna pretend like I came up with a good idea, but it's gonna be piggybacking off of yours.
So I'm kind of flushing mine out, but I have some patriotic pieces and I always want to stitch patriotic and I always run out of steam to do it.
Mhm.
So I have a couple of kits plus a couple of things I kitted up. And I think I'm going to have a new start every weekend in May.
Ooh,
And during
nice.
the week, I'm going to work on not only the piece that I started, so I may start one. I don't know when May 1st lands, but I may start one like the weekend before so that I have one to work on.
May 1st is a Saturday.
Oh,
So
awesome. Okay. So I'll start a project on May 1st and then I'll work on that during the week along with some of my whips. So one of the whips I want to work on is Let Joy Be Unconfined.
oh yes, let's work on that. We started it last year for Mother's Day.
I also want to restart the Australian sampler because I
Oh
don't
yeah.
like my fabric.
Mhm.
So I think I'll restart that one during the week sometime because I call it a whip since it was already started.
Right.
Um, but then I think I'm just going to pull some whips and maybe we can coordinate that kind of stuff because I
That
don't
sounds
think you're a big patriotic stitcher.
No, you know what I was thinking as you were going through. So, you have bought me a lot of patterns that use perforated paper. Maybe I start a perforated paper project each weekend.
That
That
could
might
be fun. That could be
because
fun.
I have at least 4 Mill Hill kits that I haven't started. And
We
those
always
are
know
all
that
kitted.
we always know that Mill Hill is a safe bet.
Well, yeah, I love Mill Hill.
But I think, that way I won't have a bunch more new starts and I will make progress during the week on my whips. And like the new start will be my last thing of the day to pick up. So I
Yeah,
want to put like at least an hour for me, at least an hour into a whip every
right.
day. 25/7, 25 minutes there, an hour on a whip, and then I can work on my new start.
That sounds good. I think that, maybe I'd have to do 30 minutes in a whip if I wanted to work on my new start, just
Yeah,
based
I mean,
on,
yeah, you'll have to adjust yours.
yeah,
So
I'll have to adjust mine. But, um, cause like if you were working on your Australian sampler, I can work on Death by Cross Stitch, or I have Aberlowney 1825. I have a couple of different samplers that I could work on while you
I
do
think
that.
Abra is what you worked on while I did my
I think so.
Australian sampler. So, I
So
mean, I would have to look back at last year's book and we could tell, but
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my, I'm sitting at 148 whips,
Mhm.
and I'm trying, I've been listening to like Jen's who does Quirks and Stitches, who does 24 hours of cross stitch, is saying that she wants to get herself down to 40 whips by the time she turns 40. Well, I have 148 whips and I'm not turning 40, but I don't think I can get down to what I will turn in 2 years.
Right.
But I think maybe if I would work really hard, that I could get myself under 100 whips.
That would be cool.
In like it's a little over 2 years. July 3rd is my birthday. So
Yeah. That'd be cool.
So I just need to be working on things that are close. So I really need to like play with the stash again and figure out exactly what's close and get those done.
Mhm.
Not all of them, because you have to have some quick finishes in there, but
Right. All well, in the spirit of working on whips, if you all can think of a whip that I've done that you're like, I was really into that whip, let me know. Maybe I'll work that into my mania plans.
I want
So
to
just
pull out my you've already finished yours. I want to pull out my um stormtrooper.
oh yeah, your floral Darth Vader.
See, I always say stormtrooper and it's not. It's Darth Vader. Yes. I want to pull that out. I have all the outline done. I'm at the fun fill part.
Right, right.
So and I mentioned the 24 hours of cross stitch. So this month, today is the 4th. So next weekend, oh, I'm trying to think what we did. I think next weekend is the 24 hours of cross stitch. Let me get on here and look at this because I have things laid out. Oh no, hers is April 23rd through 25th.
Ah,
Okay, so in 2 weeks on the 17th is, yeah, on the 17th, Saturday the 17th, is the Stitch Along with the Black Needle Society. So
oh
it's the
fun.
free stitching event on Saturday night. You just have to be a member of our Facebook group to get into that. You have to answer all the questions or we decline you. We want to make sure you're not a bot. And so the 17th will be that. The 24th will be 23rd through 25th is the 24 hours of cross stitch. And then if you bought the Up All Night box on April 30th, Friday, starting at 6 p.m., we're going to start a full 24-hour stitching event.
Whoa. So really up all night.
Yes. And we will be on live video the whole 24 hours.
Gosh.
So if you need to see Katie and I in all of our craziness, yeah. So the end of April is a busy time.
Mhm. Yes, for sure.
But fun stuff and things like, if you're looking for things to do, then yes, make some plans, come have fun with us. I'm sure
Lots of
that, yes, and I'm sure that we will post some outtakes from the weekend of Katie and I. We would not post anyone else without asking. But yes, I'm sure we'll post some. And we've already asked Athena to please be there so that she can be our wrangler and censor us if need be. Katie
full-time job.
tends, yes, Katie tends to give away secrets when we have a stitch with us. So if you want all the inside scoop on the Black Needle Society,
3 o'clock in the morning.
so anyway, I think that's probably it, unless you have something else.
I don't. Happy Easter again. If you don't celebrate Easter, happy springtime or
Yeah,
fall time here on the southern side of the world. So also
that,
be nice to each other. There's a lot of ugliness happening in the world. Be nice to each other, everyone. There's no reason to not be.
right. I agree. I concur.
Also, we missed last weekend. Happy Trans Day of Visibility to our trans and non-binary friends.
Awesome.
So
Yes.
I think that's all we missed while we were away.
And if not, then we'll tell you about it next week
Yeah,
when
we
we
love
do
you.
our stitch together. So,
Yes.
okay.
All
Bye,
right.
Stitchers.
Bye. Have a good week.